Welcome, Saw Logs Plastic Hubs, Jim Dedman. Hope you enjoyed today's video that I put together for you. We're always doing something interesting here in the shop. Stick around, watch the video, enjoy, comment. Thank you. I have another project that I want to tackle, and so to tackle it, I need some stuff to work with, and so I was out doing a little research, which is always fun, and so I looked at my scrap pile here and decided that I needed to get into it. So if you've seen my videos for a while, you know back first of the year, I won this auction. I won the auction actually last year, the end of last year, from the day job. Let's see if this is going to come off of there. I'll be having to turn the ratchet. I may have to get us a piece of Allen wrench here. Looks like I'm going to have to get one. My daddy used to say, there's a use a John, oh shoot. Mill's term, there's a bastard in every crowd. Well, we got one right here. So there, what I'm doing is I'm taking these bolts, and you notice I'm just storing them in a container. As these bolts may come in handy, I'll put them up or put them somewhere, store them something. You know, you never throw away old bolts. Not never, but never. So I'm over here in my Allen wrench stash off camera. Well, like I said, we're doing this while it's cooling. Basically, I'm just going to remove this, and I get my piece removed, I'll bring you back. But it's, you know, bozo, because this is another project I will show you later I'm working on. Okay, now this is all broke down on my bench right here. So what I have is one of them broke down. There's going to be a lot more. I got a good many of these. I just need one of these pieces for what I want. So what I'm going to do here is lay it out so I can cut it off. I'm going to see where I'm at with what I'm working on right now. This is just something to do while it's cooling, and then we might move on. So this is sometimes you want to find something to do while you're doing something else. The other day when I was working on the project to what was I doing? Oh, you've seen me do this before, which is quickly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be quite as exact this time, but we're going to roll right in here, and we're going to zero this out right quick. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to fire. I got this little short drill in, and I'm going to use it to kind of run up there, and I'm just going to touch my y-axis. I'm not caring if I'm off a little bit. We're going to turn this here in a little bit. So, and so we're going to, again, this is the same thing I done the other day, and with the aluminum, I believe you've seen me do this, and it's basically find the center of the part, or the approximate center. I'm not using, because this is sort of solid stuff and its edges are not true as it would be as something else. You know, I'm gonna be awful. The other one that I done the other day to get it to clean up, I was approximately close enough. I was approximately off 5 to 6. Well, it doesn't matter as long as it don't matter what I'm using the zero off of, because zero is going to be zero, don't matter. If it's on a ridge or not a ridge, all we're doing is finding the distance between the 2 points you're checking. And this is not a true piece of material, by no means a shape or form, but we're just getting a reference because we're going to cut a lot of this away. And that's why I got this in there, so I can just spot it real quick. And then we'll put a 1/2 inch hole right down the center. And that's all she writes. And you know, within reasonable distance, okay, there's a spot. And then we're going to take us a 1/2 inch drill. And I ain't going to go get the drill. I'm not running over there and getting my thingy out just for this. And get it opened up enough, I can slide this 1/2 inch drill in there. This saves me a little bit. This is just, because all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run down here and again, this is just for a gauge wheel for a lawnmower, so it doesn't have to be reamed and all that good old happy stuff. There we go. We got a 1/2 inch hole right down the center, and I'll get everything together and you'll see what we're going to do here in a minute. Now I went back. Like I say, this may have to be adjusted down a little bit. Once we turn this OD out, we'll see what it looks like. So what this is for, I'm going to come back. Obviously, we'll do a little better job of this in a minute. But this is Durling, so it's not going to be like that aluminum the other day. So we're going to take this and like I said, there's going to be some faults, because you see right here, there's some holes. So this may have to, and this is really not quite what I wanted. We may end up not using this at all, because now I'm seeing that I'm going to have some pretty severe flats. Okay, this will work. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be probably a 1/4 inch smaller, but since this is an idler wheel, I don't see where that's going to be a problem, because the only thing what this will do, if you got in a really bad spot, it would hit the deck and pick it up. Right now I ain't got nothing on it, so the problem is I quite didn't have a big enough piece of material, and this wasn't quite wide enough, but it is what it is, so we're going to make it. So what I'm going to do is try to get that flat out of it. I probably won't get all the flat out. If I get it down to where there's just a small flat that it'll roll past, I'll probably leave it be. You know, if I got these flats a little smaller, see these are somewhat, get them a little smaller and it'll go past them, so I don't necessarily have to go all the way down to the nitty gritty. This is just a lawnmower wheel. The idler wheel for a lawnmower, so you know, if I'd had a little thicker piece of material, which would have been the ideal situation, or a little wider piece, but like I say, that's getting close. If I get a little more down there, it'll be all right. And that way it'll be as big as I can make it, but it won't clean up perfectly. Like I say, this is just an idler for riding my lawnmower, so there's other things that I've got to make to go with this because this being a custom make, but we'll do all that too. So you see, I'm getting close. I'm pretty close. I got a little dent there. If I go probably another bit or two, if I can get these down to where I got about a 1/4 inch, I think it'll ride right through them and be just fine. Like I said, if I was actually going to make this, if this had been, again, I'll say this somewhat again, this would be a customer job. We'd have had the quoted material. People probably wouldn't want to pay for it to begin with. But see now how wide that one is and that one. See, this has got a little dip from where I actually sawed it. I could have sawed it a little straighter and I might would have gotten a better piece. So let me go back. I may go back and just make me another one. Hang on just a minute. One of the other things we discovered, and I was looking at this process, is I need a shoulder bolt. So what I'm going to do is, well, give me a second, thought I had that tight. I'm going to create one. What I'm going to do is take just a 1/2 inch standard bolt, because I've got them, a few of them laying around here in the shop. Part of the reason for the 1/2 inch hole, obviously. And I'm going to go back and then we're going to machine this down to thread, the same threads that's on the end of the other bolt. That's on the, that happens to be on the shoulder bolt that's original. The first thing we're going to do is skim it. The main reason all the way up is the plastic wheel knurling actually drills just a hair bit tight. So we're just going to skim this thing down a couple of thou, just enough to get that wheel, that knurling wheel, to slide on the bolt with no problems. We're just taking enough material off that knurling will spill on there real easily. And once we do that, we'll polish this right quick and hopefully that'll give us what we want. All right, move everything out of the way. I'll check the wheel on there real quick. See if this is going to slide up there like we want it to, because it was biting a bit. So. Oh yeah, that's what we want right there. Nice rolling fit. So now what we need to do, take us a little bit of that right there. And I'm just going to, okay. This is kind of going to be an eyeball deal right there. That right there, what you're seeing, is going to be our, where we're going to put the, stop the OD down to the size we need for the other, which it's basically a 3/8 bolt, a 3/8 nut, this. So we're going to begin to turn this down the whole length. I won't cut it off till after I thread it, and then we'll fit it up and cut it. It's not, you know, once I get it done, it's, okay, so we're going to get started doing that. I'll go ahead and touch off and get a couple of passes in and bring you back. We're going to run this die up this thing. I got it slowed down, and I should have it started. Should get it to cut. Once that die decides to go, we're good to go. And what we're doing is, you'll notice I got it running at 70 RPM. I got the wrench on it. You see how it just is sliding for me? Now this is going to be a little longer. I'll probably end up running out here at the end of this. Oh, I've run out right there, but that's fine. I'm still holding on, and we're just chasing it right up to the bitter end. And then I'll just take the hand wheel, wrench, and get the last of it here. It's in back gear, but still you got to hold it. This is not always easy, but we're going to run her right down to the end. I put a relief in it. So the reason I went ahead and done it this long is because obviously you got to be able to get in there and do it. So there. All right, let me pull everything back out of the way. We'll just back it right out. Just a simple matter here. That's my homemade threading rag in action. Well, I know we got a lot longer bolt than I need, and I understood that, but I had to do that to machine it. So you can understand that we're making this out of another bolt, and so we're, you know, this is so using a 1/2 inch bolt to begin with to make this. It's just a matter of, see, we're just taking, either run the die up on it or something. We'll just cut the end of it off. But this is just, I had to have all this other area just to, well, I didn't need as much, but this is the bolt I had. So instead of cutting it off 2 or 3 times, we're just going to cut it once. So right there, now we got a bolt threaded right up through there like this. This nut goes right on there just like it's supposed to. Get it started up here in the end. It's not wanting to start because it didn't start good. But yep, there it goes. It's threading up on there. See, it's a locking nut. So what we're going to do is we'll put the die on it before we cut it off. We're just going to take a hacksaw or something of that nature and cut it off, and then we'll run the die back up. So we'll just run the die up on there and rest of the way back on it, and we'll cut it off where we need it to be. And then we'll be good to go. So that's what we're going to do. We'll thread it out here where we want it. Leave us a little bit, and we'll cut it off. And we'll go down to the other building and put this on the lawnmower. And then we'll have another wheel. And that's the reason I'm doing this, is so I'd have basically another wheel. I'm going to go ahead and just put it back on and do it right. And it just don't hurt nothing. All right, let me go get this whacked off. I went down to fit it up, and I discovered that I have a little minor problem that I didn't figure on. So there's a little bit of, a clearance issue. I don't have my big wrench with me because I left it down in the buildings. I got to use one of these damn old adjustables, and you know how I didn't. I could hunt another one, but we're going to go in here and we're going to turn some clearance. off the deck. And that's what this hub was for, actually. And so we're going to put some, it don't have to be that same diameter, but we got to make some clearance. Can't just go in there and boom this off. I may take it down by facing it. I just want to get a, there we go. I'm going to try to face it down because that'd be a lot easier. It don't have to be about right there. It works for me. And we're just going to go in there and take 3 or 4 little cuts, and hopefully I can face it down to where I was at. And we'll go in there and blend it up. Probably don't need this much, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Just right there at the edge of the deck. And if, whoa, trying to take too much, Jim. About one more pass and we got this cut down to where we want it. Don't you hate this mess that this stuff makes? It sure does make one. Alright. I'll have to put a corner on it, but that'll give me enough clearance for it to fit the mower. That's just something I discovered once I got down there and putting it together at the deck, that I didn't have enough clearance right here and here. And you got to have clearance. I mean, it would have worked, but it just wouldn't spin as freely as I would have liked. Where in the machises did I put my adjustable wrench? You just suggest a size on these things. All right. Let's go down to the building and install this thing, and I'll bring you along. Lighting may not be as good here in the shop where the mower is, but there is the little wheel. There it is. I had to go back and make more clearance in the wheel on the lathe to make this work. If you notice, the thing's bent, that's part of the problem. The bigger wheel kept catching it. I've straightened this once before already. So right now, here's what we got. The situation is, so now that's the stud, bolt, and everything. That's the completed project on my mower. And see, this is all I wanted that for anti-scalping when I'm mowing. So if I do hit something, that little wheel's going to catch. It's not as big as the original, but it's not supposed to ride on it anyway. And this way I can get close up to a fence or something without having to catch this wheel on something. So again, we used stuff we had here around the shop. We made us something to fix something with. Life can't get no better than that. And until the next video, we will see you again. Thank you for watching today's video. This is Jim. This, by the way, I will remind you, this is a copyrighted production of James Dedman Sawlogs Plastic Hubs for your personal enjoyment here on YouTube. The other thing I want to do is quickly thank everybody that's out here, that's visited my channel, that views, that comments. Our channel is growing thanks to you, and I want to send you a sincere thanks. Thank you, and have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.